Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Shema Shah, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone. Peace and salutation to your brothers doing this work with sincerity and truth, the hopeful elect. Wait for the day for Yahweh Shema Shah to return so we can get out this place. Peace and salutation to you, brothers. Right, now I want to get into just a little thing about what the question was asked to Yahweh Shah about from the disciples when it turned to apostles about future events when he was sitting on the Mount of Olives, and certain things, because things are happening fast, so the time is coming and the time is coming fast. So how about Shema Shah is about to bring this destruction, and the days are speeding up, if you can tell, so let me just start basically the destruction. The destruction is to come. Let me read. I'll just start at 13:1. The point is, I want to start at is 4, but I'm gonna just start from the top. This Mark 13 and this Mark 13:1. It says, and as he went out of the temple, and one of his disciples said unto him, Master, see what manner of stones, what buildings are here? And Yahushua answering said unto him, seeing thou that these great buildings, there shall not be left one stone upon another, and that shall not be thrown down. Right. So things of the nature could have been at that time wars, and even a war that's in the future. So this is something else. This is verse 3. It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, so when he sat upon the Mount of Olives over against the temple, Peter, James, and John and Andrew asked him privately. So he said they came to him privately because what they believed that this was the son of Yahweh Shema Shah. He could foretell everything. It says tell us all these things. What Salakia? It says tell us when shall these things be, and when shall the signs when all these things shall be fulfilled? And Yahushua answering them began to say, take heed lest any man deceive you. So you got a lot of people like T.D. Jakes, etc., thinking it's a prosperity situation, or guys in a black conscious community or either Israelites that's saying that this thing ain't gonna happen, who want to stay here, So don't let the men deceive you, like IUIC, like ISUPK or other Israelite camps that's doing things that's contrary to the doctrine of Yahweh Shema Shah for filthy lucre. Right. Verse 6, it says, many shall come in my name, saying, I am Yahushua, and shall deceive many, or say, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. Because you got things like people like David Koresh, but you got Israelites that's acting like they're actually the power. Like you had that dude Yahweh ben Yahweh who fell off with cancer, but they trying to give excuses to this nigga, man. This nigga fell off with cancer for just basically blaspheming the Holy Spirit, man. The Most High struck his ass dead, Verse 7, and when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end shall not be yet. Because right now, what we hear in Russia, America, North Korea, China, America. We're hearing, America stepping out of their boundaries into other land, into other land when they deal with Gaddafi. See, the rest of the nations are seeing these things that happen, and the rest of the nations are like, these niggas ain't gonna come into our place and do the same thing, So America, Donald Trump, etc., they know not to just try to imply themselves into China or Russia. They know that, or even Iran, because Iran is backed by some of the nations. That's why it says. That's why they say Magog should be a guard unto them. Basically, he's going to protect basically those eastern countries. They're going to protect them. Russia's going to be a guard unto those other nations, right? But I got an article real quick. I'm gonna read it fast. This is from Outer Spaces. It says, where science meets fiction, World War III is coming soon, and statistical analysts prove it. So they saying they got analysts that got statistics, but hey, it's Yahweh Shimon Shai. That's the great analyst that got his algorithm that's ready, that's doing the chessboard. You know, that's getting this checkmate, getting all these pawns out, and then we just gonna take your queen. You know, the Science News, it says by Matthew Loganhagen. So this happened back in Wednesday, the 28th of February, man. It says, Weird Science. Do you have the nagging sensation that the global politics have been particularly tense recently? Sure, we're not at a 1950 Cold War level of paranoia. It's hard to shake the feeling that something bad is looming on the horizon, right? Because you could tell that, hey, Russia is waiting for some type of slip up. Russia's waiting for America to try to mess with their money interests, which is basically Iran, etc. Because what? Russia has fuel or gas that is being diverted to some of these countries who are buying fuel and crude and gas for their countries. You know, you mess with somebody's money, what? You're gonna end up getting your ass hurt. So Russia's just watching. You know, America is being very meticulous. You know, being very sneaky of what they doing. You know, so this is if you felt, I'm gonna continue with it. If you felt these ways lately, because we all know, you are unfortunately entirely justified based on the law of averages. So they saying the averages are basically are particularly noticeable. That, hey, if you do this, it's going to have to be a counterbalance to that. You know, so if it seems that we're getting awfully close to another world war, and that's true. It's getting very close to it, because it's in 1941 was the last one, the major world war. You know, you had all skirmishes through that, but you had a world war in 1941, December 7th, what you call World War II. You know, said this revelation comes from Aaron Cosset, a computer scientist assistant professor from the University of Colorado, who has used statistical analysts to attempt to predict the future. Now, these damn devils can't predict the future, but you know, they'll throw stuff in there to throw you off. It says of our species, and a specific focus on when we're all going to start blowing each other up again. So now they know. See, the United States, when you deal with when you shake a beehive and the bees are in there, and you mess with it, what you think bees gonna do? They're gonna come out. You keep on touching that beehive. You keep on picking that with a stick. And you right now, hey, the Russians are the ones, them bees, that's gonna basically be the ones that's gonna start stinging if you keep on fucking with their interests. You know? Or thinking you're gonna come and go to Syria. Now they're trying to even get into Cuba, you know, trying to be able to get into Cuba, because Russia had a little particular situation, or been allies with Fidel Castro, which he's dead now. So you know, you probably got puppet leaders in that place. So that's why Cuba became open, you know. So then you got strategically where America is strategically putting their missiles. You know, hey, everybody's been are strategically placing missiles in certain areas, you know, but you got the rest of the world that's hating America, you know. So they said you'll know of on a global scale, plenty of us have been engaged in a smaller conflict for decades, of course, because what you had the Gulf War, Vietnam War, you had those type of wars. It was wars between that, you know. So those were not the major wars, but the war of Armageddon, which is going to come, is the Third World War, which is going to be what's going to be in Valley of Jehoshaphat, when the mountain of troops and things of that nature. So the Most Highs are just mustering the host of the battle, man. You know, getting it all prepared. It says Clarkson analyzed data from all the international wars between the years of 1823 and 2003, and has complied by the correlates of war project and an effort to expolate a clear look at the future of humanity humanity's war effort, right? Let me get expoliate. The word expoliate means to extend an application of a method of conclusion, especially one based on statistics. So they doing that by their statistics. It says to an unknown situation by assuming, because they assume, but they don't know, but they know it will happen. That existing trends will continue or similar methods will be applied. Now, the definition to 2, it says estimate or conclude something by extrapolating. Attempt to extrapolating like human cancer from groups. Extend a graph curve. What extending that verse, the first definition gets you extend the application, a method of conclusion. So they think they have the conclusion of when it can happen. So, let's eat them, thinking they got everything in control. It says, this is another paragraph. It says, it's been 7 years since the last major global conflict. Can this statistical model predict the next world war? Can we use math to foretell the apocalypse, the apocalyptic end of humanity? You don't really need to do that because we got the scriptures. Because the scripture, let me go back to Mark 13:8. It says, let me go to verse 7. It says, and when you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, because we're hearing of those right now, and ye be not troubled, for such things must need be, but the end shall not be yet. Because it's been many conflicts through the time since Yahweh Shai went into the heavens and became glorified to now. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famine and trouble. These are the beginnings of wars, right? There's gonna be big problems, man. These are the beginning of sorrows, Salaki. These are the beginning of sorrows. When you see all these things happening, man, that's an indication. It's gonna be, like I say, when they start skirmishing, kingdom against kingdom, America against China, Russia, Iran, etc. When it really get heated up, because you got a trade war right now. You got a trade war with China and America. You had skirmishes with Iran. You had Ahmadinejad, who got tired, and he was just displaying his emotions towards America and how he felt about the ass. And Russia is just right there waiting. They're out of that Cold War state, a looming war. But this war is looming in America, man. Lord's gonna loom home in America, and those troops are gonna come on to this land to destroy this place, man. So, hey, and them all gonna be the beginning of sorrows. And so, hey, the caution is to you devils, man. Hey, that's why we in this work, brothers, because hey, we're trying to get this reward and be saved, because we don't want, who want to feel that fire. But if we have to, we have to. But in that time, Yahweh Shai is going to save the men that's doing his will, man, and believing in his name. So with that, I want to give you all praise to Yahweh Shai, peace, citation to you brothers, and shalom.